Today we'll be experimenting with real dried leaves and acrylic swipe to create an elegant floral piece. Let me show you how I did it.
While I was thinking what to make for this episode, something happened. We were changing the carpet in the lounge and I came across something that I stored underneath. This cannot go to waste. Look at those. So quite a long time ago, because they are so dry, I've decided to dry those leaves. So I put them under my carpet and of course I completely forgotten about them. But aren't they beautiful? And now I'm thinking, this will be the theme. I don't want them to go rotten. I want them to be permanently safe. So the safest thing for me would be to encase them in paint. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to prepare them for whatever comes next. So one side is, well, let's just say off-white, and the other one is not painted. And I am going to decide on the colors now. I'll probably go with something that will go really nicely together, like teals and browns maybe. Decide how many, which color. Let's pick some for the teals and blues, which I probably would want more. This is turquoise. I don't want any water, you see, because I want those leaves to be perfectly dry. So I might just go with one layer like this. I might change them. This is just the base color. It covered really nicely. So now we've got white and teal and the stem. Okay, one done. Maybe I'll go darker, but this one is semi-opaque. I don't think the coverage will be so good. I played from Marilyn. If you haven't watched her, please do. It was a completely different episode. I know some of you were thinking, maybe it's not for me, but you would be surprised. I did it for everyone to try and to see that you can do something different. Well, it covers nicely. I might mix both of them. See, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to make them a bit multicolored, just like this. I think that's going to be really pretty. At the moment they're a bit more unified. And I'll paint these ones in a similar way. So at the moment I'm leaving my blues and teals. Did I tell you the names? So this is turquoise green. This one was light blue permanent. I used a little bit of iridescent green blue, blue brilliant, and pearl turquoise. And of course phthalo blue. Now for the other ones, I'm going to use some rusty oranges and yellows. Deep yellow maybe? I'll use both. If I can open this one. Oh, that's really yellow. Too yellow. That's a nice colour. I'll open raw sienna as well. It's so much fun painting those leaves. This is orange yellow. That's what I wanted. A little bit of orange here and there. Once they are dry I can always add some more. At the moment I think that's a nice one. Okay, I won't bore you too much. I'm just going to cover one or two more with the same colors. Now the last ones, I want something much lighter. I want maybe like a more neutral color. So I've got titanium white and I've got gold. I want them really light, and maybe a hint of those colors. I think my brush is a bit dirty. Okay, I'll make the rest like this and I'll leave them to dry. I thought those leaves would look best in an arrangement on a long canvas, 50 by 20. I think I'm going to have a white background. And I do want to add some very faint, I want to say lines, but maybe some kind of like a ribbons. See how it works. So I'm going to use only 3 colors, but actually I mixed a couple here, so I'll tell you what's inside. So we've got predominantly burnt umber with a tiny bit of bronze in it. And this is half bronze, half burnt sienna. And here we've got gold. So that's it. I am not going to use any blues or any teals for the background because I want it very light. And I've just been mixing my white and it's super thick at the moment. Show you, this is like, oh, blobby. So in here we've got, this is all approximate, I don't actually measure, 1 part of paint to 1 part of my pouring medium, which is PVA glue and water, and 1 part of Floetrol. I might have added a bit more Floetrol. And you see how thick it is. The paint was thick, the British Floetrol is pretty thick, so what I have to do now when I've got this, but I mixed it really well, but I'll have to add some water. I am going to spray some water. Like this. Look what I've done. My yogurt jar is overflowing, but at least this is the best moment to watch how the paint drips nicely. Look at this. Uninterrupted stream, beautifully disappearing with the tiniest build-up. That's so nice. I've realized that I haven't done a swipe for quite some time. I use the hairdryer quite a lot, but I don't want to use a hairdryer today. I can't even tip it over at the moment, it's so full. Let's spread it. When I was mixing the paint, I thought, I'm so glad I don't have to mix huge amounts of paint. I never do. What do you do when you mix? I listen to stuff. So that's the only way for me. It's very satisfying. I don't like pouring too much also, if you know me, and I will collect every drip, so no worries. I also like doing the edges later, but if it, sometimes I touch them up with white color. There's no real need. Okay, just making sure we've got everything covered. So satisfying. Always reminds me of baking, but I actually don't do. I forgot something. I was going to add some silicone, so a couple of drops to each color. 2 drops. Now you're wondering what kind of bottle is this. This is just my own bottle. I put coconut hair serum in it. Coconut hair serum is not coconut oil. This is a dimethicone product. I'll mix the drops really well. Give us some cells. I mean, there would be cells anyway going over white, but... And now I need something to swipe with. This is the moment that I'm getting a bit apprehensive. Okay, let me... hope you can see me dipping in. Very nice, but it's obviously too dark here. I don't think I wanted so many cells. I'm only spreading everything now. Oh. It's 2:10. How silly can I be? I'm getting something really nice here. I'm almost tempted to leave it, you know. I'm liking what I'm seeing. Finally, I'm happy. Good night. Well, I've never had anything dry as fast as this one. I finished it late at night, and when I got up, let's just say late morning, it was dry. And look at some of those cells. And yes, I'm finally happy because I wanted something really subtle in the middle. I think that those leaves will definitely look pretty with this little bit of gold there in between. Now I'm wondering whether to add any gold around. I've got this gold pen. I like this one because the gold color is really nice. Every gold's got a different shade. Right, and I'm thinking, should I outline some of the leaves? Let me check. I'll check on this one. What would it look like? Oh, it might be nice. Oh, that's rather pretty and very subtle. Let me finish this one and I'll show you. See this? I think this is pretty subtle, isn't it? I'm trying to position the leaves roughly in the areas that I might want them. do I want some other elements in the background or not? Or is that enough? Thinking now, maybe I could add a little bit like a gold leaf behind. What do you think? Since I've got those edges. I just had this thought now. I was trying very quickly to add some lines and see if I like it. And perhaps, I'm not sure, 2 colors maybe. Okay, so now, as I always say, this is the perfect stage to try something with liquid acrylics because we can wipe it off if it doesn't look good. This time I won't be risking anything, and with this type of line we have to be pretty quick. I want to say a huge thank you here to my amazing patrons for supporting the channel and helping me bring a free video for all of you every week. From just $2 a month, you can get access to extended versions of my weekly tutorials and lots of other content. Oh, that's even interesting, like behind this one. I kind of like it. Let's take this off. See how easy. And this. A bit of bling. Gilding paste. I drew those lines with a pencil because it will be easier to go over with the brush. This will be the first time where I'll have no problems with finding the lines. Usually I look where it's shiny. Actually, this one is pretty thick. I don't mind it thicker. And now I'm going to wait 15-20 minutes. I'm ready to apply the gold leaf. Got some leftover bits. I personally like ripping it in pieces but of course you can apply the whole leaf. You can also cut it in small sections, tap them down, and then we will brush it off. Okay, that's all stuck. I actually thought I've got plenty of gold, but I only have 2 sheets left, and all these are silver. I wasn't even aware I've got so much silver. I can never decide which brushes I actually like the most. Sometimes I like the really soft ones. Sometimes I like the a bit more sturdy brushes. Okay, so that will take me a couple of minutes. Yep, you see how shiny? That's it. I think that this is my final arrangement. I am happy with the lines. I just want to add some splatter. To do it, I am going to take the leaves off. I don't want the leaves splattered. I've got some useful colors here. Feels so pretty thick. Let me try it here. It's too thick, so I'll have to water them down. Okay, I might use a brush now. Very small splatter. That's perfect. Now, my friends, I am ready to glue my leaves down. I'm going to start from the bottom. I'm going to use diamond glaze. So I'm using this because if I used super glue or something really binding super strong, I wouldn't be able to maneuver if I make any mistakes. So I'm going to use a brush to apply it. Okay, and I'm going to hold it for a minute. I need someone to switch the camera. This is the very last one. I was being super careful for attaching them because I don't want any parts to come off at all. I was about to spray it when I just had an idea. I looked at the box of mica powders and I thought, I so rarely use them. What if I touch some of the light leaves with a little bit of gold? I don't know how that's going to work, but I want some shimmer. They're very pale, but I think I wanted this piece very subtle, so that's why I didn't make the outlines really thick. I'm still thinking that I don't want to overdo it. You see that? That's cute. So I'm going to do that. Little touch-ups to the lighter leaves. Look at this.
That's why I didn't want to paint them with gold, because I wanted those lines to be seen. I wonder what you think though. I'll wait a day or two before I spray it. So I am so happy I found those leaves. Well, there we are. I hope you like the finished piece and you feel encouraged to experiment with some dried leaves perhaps. I would really like to hear your thoughts in the comments, and if you would like to help support the channel, please don't forget to check out my Patreon for extended tutorials and my website if you would like to own this piece. I will see you all next week for the premiere of my new tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye!